have Cozy Womb merch on Teespring. Hashtag Cozy Womb Shop. You'll find it. I have it posted on my Instagram, Cozy Womb Pod. I also have it posted on my Twitter, Cozy Womb Pod. Go ahead and add me and follow. I also have Mama's Cozy Closet, where I created merch just for mamas because we do so much, so we deserve. But don't be sad, dads. On Cozy Womb Shop, I have t-shirts on there, something very seldom daddy, because I know y'all don't like to blast, oh, I'm a dad, on my stuff. So I have something for everybody. I have kids hoodies, I have coffee mugs, I have mama's little zip pouch bags that keep our discreet items in there. So check it out, and thank you for supporting the Cozy Womb podcast. Back to the show. We going back to the show. Yay! Welcome back to Cozy Womb Podcast. My name is Shan, mama of the girls, and mommy Rocky. It's that season. It's that time. Spoiled brat attack. They are out here. They are acting up. I see them in the stores. Saw one in the store yesterday, acting crazy in line with their mom, wanting things they don't deserve, acting crazy, being loud, screaming, kicking, crying. Spoiled brats, okay? This is a season of spoiled brats because kids see things on TV. They see other kids with stuff. They see things in stores. They see sales. They think money grows on trees. And you have to deal with ungrateful child season. This is what this is. Some people and other kids have birthdays where they think they need stuff. Anya just had a birthday. Ari had plenty of fits because Anya got things for her birthday and she wasn't getting anything. And yes, there were times where I had to go buy a second stroller for Ari because they were fighting over the stroller that was in the house for the babies. But did Ari deserve a stroller? No, but I did it to keep the peace. But sometimes you can't just buy your kids things to keep the peace. Sometimes you're just not getting that toy. Sometimes it's just not your birthday. It's not your turn. You have to get over yourself. And we have to teach our kids at a certain point. Sometimes that is not about you and you have to get over yourself. Some kids do things for attention. You have to peep it and put them in their place. And when I say put them in their place, meaning you talk to them face to face, eye to eye, and you tell them, hey, I see that you're acting a fool. I know why you're doing it. You're not about to get any attention right now. You don't need it. You don't have to make a scene. If you make a scene, I'm going to make a scene with you. Usually that works. Now, if you have a kid that's off on another level, do what you need to do to handle that. But you shouldn't allow your kid to be kicking someone's seat on a plane because they're having an attitude, okay? No, you need to cut that short. You shouldn't allow your kid to scream and hit and kick and tear down stuff in stores because you don't have control of your kid. If your kid is acting that sporadic and out of control, you need to drop whatever you have in that store and take your kid out to the car and handle that or go home. A lot of people feel like you have to accept what they're allowing with their children in your place of business. I don't care if it's a restaurant, a movie theater, a grocery store, a mall. Nobody should have to deal with what you put up with your child because you don't have your child under control. Know that. If you didn't know that before today, now you know. All right? The me thing, teach your child that is not about you. Because some days it's not about me. Especially if you're a mom. It's usually not about us. Because it can't be. Now, the gimme child, you need to check that child. Because there is no such thing as gimme. You don't get nothing when it's gimme. You ask for things. You use your word. You don't point at people. You don't hit. You don't grab things out of people's hands. You don't take things in stores without paying for it. You don't lie about taking things. Okay? You don't take kids' toys because you wanted it. You have to talk to your children, because if you don't handle those habits while they're young, they're going to grow up and think anything that they want, they can take it from people. And that's going to snowball into a bigger issue. What about me syndrome? The what about me syndrome is happening around this season. Sometimes it's not about your kid. You're going to have to explain to your kid that sometimes it's not about you. And that's okay. Everything cannot be about you. Some days I wish everything was about me, and it's not about me. Sometimes you're going to wake up and it's somebody else's turn. You have to be fair. You have to make sure you're not being rude to other people. You have to make sure that you're able to check yourself when I'm not around. That's the biggest thing. It's one thing for you to have your child and you can check your child because you're around. But once your child sometimes know that you're not around, they get loose, okay? They get all out of bounds. They lose their boundaries. They lose that respect. They lose their manners. Make sure that your child remembers their manners when you're not around. It shouldn't be, oh, they were just having fun. No, your child was just being rude. Your child was being rude. Your child was acting like you don't teach them anything, and your child was embarrassing you as a parent, mom or dad. I don't know about y'all. I do spankings. That's just what I do, because I know what it's like to grow up and have a parent that doesn't do that. Okay, I feel like some children need it and some children don't. Some children just need a certain talking to for them to come correct. Some kids don't listen when you talk to them. Some kids only hear you when you yell. I don't like yelling, but I do yell sometimes. And then when I get tired of yelling, I don't say anything. I just get up and I go handle it. And when I handle it is usually when things get done. All right? Figure out what you need to do for the kind of kid you got. The I want kid does not have manners. Teach your child manners. I want $1 million. I want a Jeep. I want to have my own footwear company and run it and be in a position to grow it. I want to do so many things in life, but I want is not going to get me there. Let them know that them wanting what they want is not going to get them that thing that they want. Okay? Nobody should have to put up with your child wanting what they don't deserve. Now, this saying right here, but he has one, but she has one. Listen, look that child dead in its face and say, hey, yes, John does have a new car, truck, but you don't have a new car, truck. And if you would like to see John's new car, truck, you be nice and stop whining. Put on your big boy drawers and ask John if you can look at his car or look at his truck. If John says no, you walk away and you say okay. You don't throw a tantrum, you don't scream, and you don't kick, or else I'm not going to talk to you next time. And you can do that for girls too, because girls cry for Barbies, girls cry for dolls, and, you know, they want to fight and they want to throw tantrums and they want to fall out on the floor. But as long as you check them, that is letting other people know in public that you have your child under control and they don't have to step in, because in life, when you don't have your child under control and they grow up and they get bigger and they get more out of control, then you're to allow the public, society, to have to check your child. Okay? And if you don't want that to happen, you need to handle disciplining your child at the young age. I feel like as long as a child is able to understand, calm down, and listen to certain simple, basic words that you say, they should be able to understand that they need to stop what they're doing. Okay? Don't get bamboozled out of a little mini you. Don't do it. They know what they're doing. Last but not least, how come they get to have a TikTok? How come they get to go to Six Flags? How How come they get to go here and do this and do that and have this? They are not my child. I am not doing that. Stop asking me. And that is it. You really don't need to give your child any more of an explanation. Kids need to understand who's in charge. Kids need to understand that just because they see other kids doing things doesn't mean that's going to give them the yes or the okay from you to go ahead and do it. Everything other children do is not right. Everything you do to another parent, to another child, is not going to be right for them. Stop looking at other people to see what you need to do. You have to teach your kids that at a very young age. So this spoiled brat attack that's happening this season, please check it, because I'm tired of seeing kids in the store acting a fool. I'm tired of seeing kids fighting their parents. I'm tired of seeing kids snatching things and being nasty and spitting on other kids and biting other kids and pushing other kids because they can't get their way. It's just really embarrassing. And as a mother, I will say that I'm looking at the parents. I'm not looking at the kid, because the kid is only doing what they can get away with. So there's that. Thank you for listening to Cozy Boom. Check your child so society doesn't have to. Peace. Bye.
Bye.